Welcome back to another episode of the House Husband Diaries. As always, I am your host, Carter C., and today we are continuing on with the 40 for 40 series. And I'm going to be talking about why section hiking the Appalachian Trail was my number one goal in this idea of 40 for 40, at least for my 40 goals in the decade of my 40s. And what I will say is it was, as I said in my first video, the idea of having 40 goals in my 40s or a midlife crisis, buying a convertible, whatever that was, it didn't really come about like that. It wasn't like, oh, I'm turning 40. I need to do something in my 40s. I need to have, I'm going to have a midlife crisis. I need to relive my 20s. It just didn't happen like that. It was the pandemic. It was the shutdowns. It was kind of not really doing a whole lot for a year. And that's just, I would just didn't really live my normal life for a year. Like everybody, I would imagine you're watching this, you're going, yeah, me too. Like I didn't, nobody lived their normal life. Um, and so I think what happened was when I went to visit my friend, as I said in that first video, and he said, hey, do you want to go do this hike? You talked about in your 20s and your 30s, maybe hiking the Appalachian Trail, doing some of these other kind of crazy things, but I can't offer you the ability to hike the entire Appalachian Trail in one visit, but we could hike the approach trail and camp on Springer Mountain, which is the southern terminus of the Appalachian Trail, and and just get a little taste of it. And I thought, why not? Sounds like a cool adventure. It's February. It's going to be cold as all get out up there. I'm not much of a hiker. I'm not really prepared. I don't have the gear, but it sounds like an adventure and like I'm in. And so it wasn't until after I had done the approach trail, and the approach trail, for those of you that don't know, is it starts at Amicalola Falls State Park, and currently, well, I don't know right now, but in the last month or two, the stairs have been closed. So the trail, the original approach trail that we took, has been closed, or at least up the falls, because of a large rain that swept and kind of wiped out some of the stairs, or at least made them not safe. And so we were able to do the stairs, 600 and some stairs up Amicalola Falls, and it's about an 8.5, 9 mile approach trail to the top of Springer Mountain, which is the official southern terminus or beginning for northbound hikers, Nobo hikers. And so yeah, so we just we were up there, and we started at Amicalola Falls. We hiked up all those stairs. We did the whole approach trail all the way to Springer Mountain, and what I realized on my way home, and this is where this all kind of came together for me, was my drive home from this trip from North Georgia, was that what I like about hiking the Appalachian Trail is that it's a linear goal. And what I mean by that is it is a set distance. So if you're a northbound hiker, you start at Springer Mountain, and your goal is to end at Mount Katahdin in Maine. And every step you take on the trail north is one less step you have to take to get to Katahdin, and it's one step closer to your goal. And so when you're tired, when you're in pain, when you're bored, whatever those struggles you may face along the trail, it's very linear and very literal. So I know that if I can just make it over this next mountain, then it's downhill, and it may be easier on my back, and it may be harder on the legs or the calves to stop as you're going down, but it's a very linear goal. And that excites me, the type of person that I am. Something like a YouTube channel. Building a YouTube channel is not a linear goal, right? My content may not be may not be engaging to a lot of people. There may not be a whole lot of people that care to click that subscribe button, and so I can make videos every day. I can put a video out. I can, what I think is entertaining, and I cannot force people to hit that subscribe button. I can't. I People won't necessarily hit the subscribe button if I put a video out or if I ask them, and so people have to be drawn to me as a person, my content, in order to hit the subscribe button. So you create content in hopes of gaining subscribers, in hopes of building a community, but that's not linear. Some people put out 1,000 videos and get, I don't know, 1,000 subscribers. Other people put out 100 videos and get 100,000 subscribers. So it's not really linear in that way, shape, or form. Whereas anyone that goes out and hikes the Appalachian Trail, every step they take in one direction gets them closer to that terminus, that end goal. And so I really like that. Force you put in equals result, that linear goal. All right, have I beat that to death? Yeah, put it in the comments. Do you like linear goals, or do you like the more abstract goals? I don't even know what you would call it. What's the opposite of linear? Exponential, or just some sort of crazy. It's just like any business building a YouTube channel. So do you like linear goals, or do you like the cosmos goals? So anyway, that was one big reason for me, it was linear. So I could put in the time, I could put in the steps, and I could achieve a goal. And then the other thing was a byproduct of just spending time outdoors and hiking the Appalachian Trail will eventually get me in better shape. And as I got into my 30s with the pandemic, I got injured, and I just not in as good a shape as I would like to be. And so this is a way for me to spend a few days a month outside, hiking up and down elevation, and really, hopefully encouraging myself to get in better shape when I'm not hiking, so that the next hike will be easier. And then the last thing that I'll say is really the mental health aspect. And I'll do a video on this later, but with all of the shutdowns and the presidential election in 2020, 2020 was a terrible year, and for many of us. And so I just found that there were so many people that I used to be friends with, and because of political differences and social media and the lockdowns, I don't know, the news was just it's become very divisive, and I just don't really appreciate all of that. I like people for people. You can disagree with me politically all day long, and that's fine if I know that you mean well, and we can have many other shared what's the word I want? Hobbies or interests, and we can focus on those. We don't always have to focus on what divides us, but the news doesn't want any part of what brings people together. And so it was just nice to be outside and to hike and to have everything you need on your back, and then be able to get water from the land and camp, and you're not bombarded with divisiveness or what people think. It was everybody you saw on the trail. Hey, how's it going? Hey, hope you're having a good day. You have something in common because you're out on the trail, not because you voted the same way or your skin color is the same or whatever these things are that the news wants to divide us on. It just seemed it was just very refreshing for me to be out on the Appalachian Trail, out in nature, and it was just good for the mental health. It's good for the soul, and I think that's kind of one of the big things for me in my 40s is to be involved in things that are building communities up, not tearing communities down. So, with that being said, I think it's probably I think I'll just probably end it right here, and we'll do another video The next video will be my first hike on the Appalachian Trail. And for those of you who have noticed, you're going to be seeing a lot of this hat. This is the Georgia, where, right there, Georgia, right there, right there. And yeah, Georgia AT. And I promised myself I wouldn't wear this hat in public until I completed all 78 plus miles, 76, and then you got the 9 miles or so of the approach trail. So about 85 miles of hiking in Georgia, and we'll get there. But as of this recording, I have completed Georgia. So just a little spoiler alert. But yeah, this is my Georgia AT hat, and I'll talk about that and some other experiences I've had on the Appalachian Trail in Georgia and in North Carolina in future videos. But this video is getting long enough, so as always, thanks so much for watching this video. If you have any comments, put them down below. Let me know, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, what you want to see, what you don't want to see, and hit the subscribe button. And until next time, I will see you on the House Husband Diaries. Have a great day.